Hey there, Goblin film connoisseurs. This is the Goblin King, and I'm here with another great movie review. This week I'm coming at you with a cult classic. A B movie where the B stands for badass and balls, because this movie has both. No, possibly boobs. There's a bit of boobage in this movie. Anyway, this is a review that I've actually been wanting to do for a while. Ever since I heard the main actor of the series, the franchise, finally decided to unambiguously retire the character a few months back. Hell, I even covered it on a pop culture breakdown the week it was announced. That was a rather sad day for me, because I love the actor and I love the franchise, despite its more schlocky B-grade stature. So, what movie am I talking about then? Well, son, I'm talking about Army of Darkness. Yes, Army of Darkness is the third in the franchise, following its predecessors Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. However, having seen the other two films, I can unequivocally state that Army of Darkness is definitely the best of the original trilogy of films. The first one was more of your sort of standard horror film, right? Definitely took itself more seriously, went a bit harder on the horror aspect of things. There were some truly grotesque scenes in that one, I have to say. The second film was a bit more lighthearted, didn't take itself nearly as seriously, still had more grotesque scenes, but leaned a little more into the comedic aspects of things. Like how goofy Ash could be, kind of turned some of the stuff that was more horrifying in the first entry into something that you could laugh at a bit, with Ash's hand and all for instance. The third one, way more comedic than horror for sure, which I think is part of the reason that I'm more into it than I am the first two films. I've stated my aversion to most horror films. Still some grotesque things, but playing up the more ridiculous aspects of everything. So, what's Army of Darkness about? Well, as said, it follows the first two films, which focus on the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, the Book of the Dead, an ancient Sumerian text bound in human skin and inked in blood, which can raise the dead from the grave and call forth demons and all that kind of thing. The first two films detail what happens to Ash Williams, played by the legend, the King, Bruce Campbell, when he, his girlfriend, and a couple of friends go to a cabin, find the book, and all hell breaks loose. Literally in this instance. The third movie, in fact, picks up pretty much right where the second one left off. At the end of Evil Dead 2, Ash gets swallowed up by some sort of portal after defeating the evil of the book for the second time. He gets pulled from the 20th century into possibly the 14th. Almost immediately he's captured as a spy for a neighboring kingdom and is set to be executed in the pit. When Ash beats the evil thing in the pit, he finds out that this kingdom is having issues with the Necronomicon and the evil dead, which are called Deadites. These people believe that Ash could be the prophesied one, who would come down from the heavens and defeat the Deadites and return the kingdom to peace again. At first, Ash is completely against the idea and only wants to use the Necronomicon to return home. Though, after accidentally unleashing the Army of Darkness, he has a crisis of conscience and decides to help the people fight back against the evil and then return home. Damn, I actually did a succinct breakdown of the plot without giving away a single thing. Look at me. I know I've done it a couple of times before, but I'm more impressed that I managed to do that again. The last few vids, both movies and anime, I felt like I was falling back into my old habits of an overlong breakdown. Anyway, I'll stop being impressed with myself at least long enough to finish this review. After that, no promises. So, what to my mind makes this film a good watch?
Simples!
The total balls-to-the-wall level of schlockiness in this film is its greatest strength. At no point do I feel that this film takes itself remotely seriously in any way, shape, or form. Oh, by the way, for those not in the know, this film was written and directed by Sam Raimi. I think we all know who Sam Raimi is, so I'd imagine that many of us here are at least nominally familiar with his body of work. Therefore, when I state that Army of Darkness is a quintessential Sam Raimi film, I think that most of you will know what I mean. Army of Darkness is a quintessential Sam Raimi film. It has that schlocky edge to it that sort of defines much of Raimi's films. Also, damn, did anyone else know the actual dictionary definition of schlock? Holy crap, I kind of feel bad for using it to describe Raimi's works now because they're certainly not trashy. I mean, cheesy, sure, but not trashy. I generally use that word for cheesy or campy myself. Damn, schlocky just sounds overly harsh now. Anyway, you will definitely notice this film has that quintessential cheesiness or campiness of a Sam Raimi product. It's so hard for me to put into words what I mean, honestly. It's a mixture of a lot of different things. It's the dialogue mixed in with the shots, mixed in with the action scenes, the one-liners, everything. Anyone who's seen Hercules the Legendary Journeys or Xena Warrior Princess will know exactly what I'm talking about with the action scenes. Yes, Army of Darkness definitely has Hercules and Xena style action and fighting in it. In fact, I would go so far as to say it was probably the blueprint for them. For real. It's just a completely over-the-top style, and I love it. Bruce Campbell. Man, what can you say about Bruce Campbell? The man is the greatest living B actor there is. He is legit like a cult icon, a living legend. I will legit watch anything this man is in. I even own both of his autobiographies. It's not just Ash either. I'm sure the love affair I have with him started with Ash and this movie, actually, but like I said, I'll watch anything he's in. Every episode of Hercules or Xena that he was in playing Autolycus, King of Thieves, is a favorite episode. I own Briscoe County Jr. I watched and loved Jack of all trades, as terrible as it was. I know that I'm not really saying why Bruce Campbell is the good thing about this movie. It's because I honestly can't tell you why. I have no fucking idea why I love this man. I just do. Maybe it's his line delivery. Maybe it's the fact that he feels so down to earth, and what I know about him for real, he seems pretty down to earth to me. Not like a typical Hollywood fuckjar. Basically, this movie is one of those that's so good because it's cheesy. It's campy. It's a B-movie, but it's the best fucking B-movie in existence. Oh, and historical accuracy isn't even a consideration for this movie. So if you go in with any of those sorts of expectations, you will be sorely, sorely disappointed. Watch it and enjoy it for what it is. Good, campy, awesome fun. Well, I know we're running a bit long in this one, Goblins, so I'm going to call it there. I'm sorry that I couldn't be more specific in my examination of this film. It's just that it's as hard to pin down the reasons for my love for this film as it is my love for its main actor. I honestly don't know why I love this film as much as I do, aside from the fact that it's just funny and quirky and goofy and has the best one-liners ever put to a script. So, let me know what you all think in that handy section down below. While you're down there, watch out for the pit bitch. I'll see you all tomorrow for a pop culture tidbit and my anime review. See you then. Lates.